Hello. Welcome to today's stream where we're going to be doing some more work on Coppice, on some overlay stuff, and just general fun and shenanigans. So, how is everyone today? I am tired. And I don't really know why. I think I may be coming down with a cold. I'm hoping not, but I woke up with I woke up with a scratchy throat, so I may have caught a virus. So who knows? Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just like dehydration and sleep issues. Well, actually, I did sleep quite a lot last night. It was just all on my arm, so I woke up all numb and tingly, which is never the best thing to do. So, anyway, how is everyone today? Hello, Sinister. Throwing bugs at me. Look, I talk about being sick, and you give me even more bugs. You give me even more bugs. There's another one. It's just bugs, bugs, bugs. Where at some point I will create my bug zapper, and I will be able to zap these bugs. Indeed, no rest for the sick. Though I do have myself a nice fresh cup of tea. I do have myself a nice fresh glass of water. And I do have myself some work to do. We are going to be doing some more work on Coppice. Starting work on, well, the page links that don't actually have links. So it's just arrows between pages. So we will be able to work on that and get that sorted. Get it so that when you actually delete the links and the arrows turn into these other link types. So yeah, there's a lot of fun to do. We also will be doing some more work on the overlay. I actually did a fair bit last night. I managed to fix that weird issue we were having where the animation would fire and it would flip my neck around. And it turns out that I had set a value in Blender to 180 degrees on the neck, yet it had absolutely zero impact, except in Unity. It's weird. But yeah, I've got various things working, got all my eye stuff working, the eyes move around, the glasses shift, so I'm still not 100% sure on the glasses shifting, but I'm gonna play around with it. I can disable that easily enough, but yes, we have a lot to do. And once all this is finished, I have Space Dwarves. My Lakes of Votan arrived. I have so much fun to do in building those. I need to finish building my crew, and I've just been starting reading the codex, and there's some paints that I'm going to need to get, but I don't have. But I need to test my color scheme, so I need to do stuff like that. So it's going to be so much fun and stuff to do. Oh, it's not painting time yet, Sinister. It is going to be building time. Lots and lots of building time. I have... How many models are in that kit? 25 models, I think. And there's 20 troops, 3 bikes, and 2 HQ choices. So yeah, but the models look so good. They look so good. I can't wait to build them. I've always been a sucker for like dwarves in role-playing games, and well, not necessarily role-playing games, but war games. I collected dwarves in Warhammer Fantasy, and then I went for the sky dwarfs in Age of Sigmar, and now I've got space dwarfs. So yes, it is a lot of fun. Oop. I'm just moving over here because I can show you what did actually arrive. Not the actual box, but I can show you what it is on the Games Workshop website. And I can show you all the wonderful dwarf stuff I have. Let's start with Age of Sigmar and some of the dwarf stuff there. So Grand Alliance Order, Cities of Sigmar, Duardin. So these are some of the things that I have. You have all your hammers, your gyrocopters, so like fancy helicopters and stuff like that. These are all great, but they're not really the best. The best or when you get the Caradon Overlords. Sky Dwarfs! Sky Dwarfs! Look, they have massive sky ships. Look at this. You have Sky Dwarfs in armor on massive sky ships that are held up by magic. They are amazing. They were terrible to play when they first came out, but then they fixed the rules to them and they're good now. But then we have, once it loads, the Leagues of Votann. And the armor set is currently sold out because it was a starter kit where you got the Codex and a bunch of other stuff. But let's have a look at these. Look how cool these are. You get your little dwarf guys here. You can get one of the HQs and they're even more beefed up armor. And look at all the detail on them, all the little runes and everything that's all over the place. You can get your bikes. Whether there's hover bikes that go along and you can just go gunning down. But yeah, you get like 20 of these and... Oh no, this isn't what they look like when they get sent to me. This is what they look like when they get sent to me. I got a box that contains the book, transfer sheets, building instructions, some cards, bases, and then you get... So this is like the boss. You got to clip it all off, glue it all together with plastic cement, and then prime it and paint it. This is the other HQ. All the bytes come across in 3 different throughs, which all seem to be the same one, but I don't think they are. Oh no, they're slightly different on this side. And then you get all the main guys as well. Which, before I build them, I need to read through the codex and figure out what sort of weapons do I want to give them, because you have weapons options. So they should be quite fun to build and paint. And I have a colour scheme picked out, which I think I've shown before, which is effectively like the Lego Ice Planet. So it's basically light grey, dark blue, and bright orange, which hopefully should look fantastic. But I do need to grab some paints for that, because I think the orange I'm going to try something that I haven't done before to get a nice bright orange. In fact, that is sort of the orange that I'm wanting, which, yeah. But yeah, you get 20 Halfkin Warriors, 3 Hurkin Pioneers, 1 Einher Champion, and Ulthar the Destined, who can also be built as a Carl. Codex, data cards, token sheet, and 2 sets of transfers. So yeah, that is going to be a lot of building, and I've already been doing a lot of building. Thankfully, with all this, I also did get a bunch of paints for the last box set that arrived, which arrived like 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago. I've been buying a lot of minis recently, when I haven't been buying any for about a year. And then all of a sudden, Games Workshop was like, Martin, we've realised that you haven't bought anything from us for a while. So let's give you some new stuff for Tau, which we know when we release pretty much anything Tau, you will just buy it regardless of whether you need it. You're just going to buy it. And on top of that, we're going to give you space dwarfs. There's a good job that monitors are built tough, so that my wallet hitting the screen at quite a velocity didn't break it. There is a reason. Like, let me followers, let me bring you over to here. There's a reason why this is my Twitter bio. Freelance Mac and iOS developer and plastic crack junkie. There's a reason this stuff is called plastic crack, because I have a room downstairs. It is a room dedicated to model making stuff. In that room, there is a cupboard under some stairs that is full of boxes of model making stuff. Miniatures still on sprues that I haven't built yet. And yet I'm still buying more, because that is what you end up doing. You end up buying stuff and then not building it, and then you think, oh, I should get around to building that, but then new stuff comes out, so you buy the new stuff and that never gets built. And they say that a wargamer cannot die, is practically immortal while they have unpainted miniatures. So at some point in the distant future, I will finally paint my last miniature and then shuffle off this mortal coil. Anyway, let us get into some work. So, what we got up to yesterday was, once this builds, we were doing our drag linking. Where if let's delete that, hit that and remove link. So we can go here and command Option L, create a link, hover over to link to something. I am probably going to want to make that look nicer, because it doesn't look quite as nice as it could do. But yeah, so you can go over this, click, and it will link. Now, the issue that we were having is that, what if I go here and I remove this link? Well, this is still here. What if I just delete it? Well, it's still there. What if I take this and I instead link it to there? Well, that's still here, but that isn't. So what are we going to do? Well, we will have it so that we could have it so that this arrow goes away. But what I think we should do instead is have this arrow become a dotted line. And by being a dotted line, what it means is that the link is not there. Now, the reason we can do that is because you can delete that manually now. But you may want to keep that there. And because we can do that and make it a dotted line, we may as well allow people to make these dotted line ones, which mean that it is an arrow without a link on the page. And if the user then adds a link, then we can basically hook it up. So for the arrows, we want to see, does a link exist going from this page to this page on the destination page? Oop, clip. That's what if you Yep. Shut up and take my money, Games Workshop. Shut up and take my money. Right, so... how are we going to approach this? We need to work out all the ways that you can get rid of a link. Another ways you can get rid of a link is like, well, I mean, it's basically just when you change the content. When we detect the content of a text page has changed, we can trigger a I mean, what would be useful to have is for a page to keep track of the links it has inside its content. When you finish editing a page, we just keep that, and we could cache it. Is that going to cause issues? Because if you have a lot of pages, we're basically having to go through every single page, so it is worth caching it. But then, then it makes other stuff easier. For example, when you delete a page, we can remove links. That's something that we could add in future. The problem is I am very, very tired. So my brain is taking a while to engage. It should hopefully kick in soon because I went for a walk earlier, and usually about an hour or so after a walk, my brain will just start engaging. I'm also drinking tea, and yeah. What do we want to do here? Let's have a look here. But I'm curious, why is it actually taking so long to build? Let's delete that. From action, build with timing summary. I want to know why this feels like it's taking a while to build. It's provisioning something, but I'm not sure what it's provisioning. But what we can do is we can go over here, down to the bottom, and join timeline. It's taking 8 seconds to plan the build. Then we run shell script. Compile those. Oh, let me just check something. What is Xcode's property list? Actually be do that. Feeling finder. Patient. Go package contents, import.plist. Bundle ID for Xcode. apple.dt.xcode. Defaults read com.apple.dt.xcode. Okay. Right. So what we will do is build run and see when text gets changed. What I'm going to do is add where are we? There we are. Let's just add the date. Just so that we get something different, so that we can see what the latest one is. Okay. Go here. And we'll link that to there. Okay. So text change. Text change. Text change. Text change. Okay, so on text changed, and when created, we can just find all of the links inside. Oh yeah, that's another one that we want to test. Do I have multi-step page titles is on. Okay, so it even does for auto detect. Okay, that is fantastic. So what we want to do is the page needs to have it, but it is based on the text page content. So page content, we have all this general information, and what we want on here is, do we need external link? Let's do public enum page content link. I'm going to do case external or case page is going to be a page link. Case URL, which is just URL, and then you can return links, which is going to be just what you can do just as a set of page content link. That probably needs to be hashable. Is page link not hashable? Be hashable. There we go. Page link's a struct, so it's easy enough to make hashable, and we make that hashable so it can be put into a set. Then we can have mark links, where you're going to have private set. It's going to be public private set for links, which is going to be a set of page content links. It's going to be empty. Now. And then what we want to do is we need ourselves a method, and this method is going to be find all links in. Actually, we don't even need the in. Just do self.find all links. And then all we need to do is wait, where's there a space there? There should not be a space. Alright. Self.text.enumerate attribute dot link in range self dot text dot I thought I had a you have Oh, because I'm not importing. Oh, that is. That's that. Oh, yeah. Self. Dot text. Dot range. Using. Right. So this is going to return value. And we don't care about the range, and we don't care about stopping. So what we're going to do is var links, new links equals a set of page content links. And what we can do here is we're going to enumerate all of the links in the page, and what we will do is if let page link card let value equals URL equals value as URL is return, because if it's not a URL then we don't want it, but it should be a URL, it's just we don't have the type information. I think we may do if we can drop a few older OSs. I think Apple has added support for that now. But I'm not entirely sure. So we are enumerating all of our text, and the next thing we want to do is if let page link equals page link with URL. Now this may fail because it may not be a page URL, which is fine because if it is one, we can do new links dot insert page link. Otherwise, new links dot actually we don't want to do that. I'm not inserting the page link, we're inserting page link. And we're inserting URL. It's attributed. Why are they? Oh, because they're in Coppice core. Ah, okay. Well, I don't see a reason why that can't be in Coppice core. Distributed string plus M3 extension. Moves a reference that should. In fact, let's just find her. Yep, it has moved. So now we shouldn't get our compiler error. And we don't. Okay, so that finds all links. So what we want to do is we need to find out, do we have our page content link somewhere in here? Where's the best place to do that? Possibly when we're drawing. So in... Hello, Kieran. Yes, it is Coppice time. It's somewhat sleepy Coppice time where I try to program hard things while my brain does not work. And if there's anything anyone knows about programming, it's that quite a lot of the time you need your brain. And sometimes brains do not work. Robot needs charging. Very. Sinister, you are an absolute genius. There has to be something that we can do in terms of the robot losing power and chat having to do stuff to recharge. That could be like a fun little mini game at some point. Yeah, I keep thinking of all these mini games that we could potentially throw in. Yes, you have to support me. You have to support me through chat, through channel points. Otherwise, I will die. Literally die. Only you can save a robot from certain doom. Sadly, I do not have the crying emote ready to guilt you all. Right, so where are we with adding this? I've got the page arrow view. The canvas layout engine configuration arrow. We set the layout engine link. Can the layout engine figure this out? The problem is I'm not sure where I want to do this. I can potentially have the page, like the links here, because when I create a layout engine page, which is down here somewhere. Here we are, layout engine page. So when we have this is the page in terms of what the layout engine does. It has nothing to do with the content. And that is the problem. And I don't think it should do. Be passing the layout engine link. It was storing the page link there. But that is only done when we create this. That's coming from outside. So you have the source page ID, you have the destination page ID. So we were to, where do we actually set this? RV for arrow. Or either return the first one for that arrow, or we create a new one, and then in update arrows we set the arrow. Where do we define this? Because this is such a different thing. It's like the page link is there so that we have some information, but at this point we're now needing to fetch a page. Right, so if the arrow... Yeah, let's arrow view. Page arrow view. Let's add a... source page to the arrow view, so it is going to have a reference to the actual page. And then we're going to do arrow view dot pay source page equals new model canvas add to view controller. What we want is we actually need to go to the view model rather than just a reference to it. We could do with viewport page management, add pages, remove pages. Really call all those canvas pages so that I can distinguish between them, but page management down, update pages, add page. Alright, so if you do down here, we can have page, source page for arrow, which is going to be engine alt link. I'll actually probably rename this from arrow. We'll do that in a second. And that is going to return a page. And that shouldn't be an array, that should just be a link. And then what we can do here is source page for arrow at the moment. Right, so we want self. So link dot source page self dot canvas page. Okay, canvas page ID. Link dot source page ID. Dot page. I think. Okay, and when the source page is set, we can set self set needs display. That's one thing I'm looking forward to when I drop. I think 10:15. I'll be able to do invalidate. Is it validating? Display. Don't remember how this works exactly. validation type. Oh, it's just display. That's probably not going to like it because... Oh, it's only available macOS 12 and newer. Okay. But yeah, it means that you don't need to do all this stuff. You can get rid of it all and just define them as properties. Off topic, but it's going to get as low as 4 degrees tonight. Oh, how cold is it going to get here? It's only going to get down to 7 degrees tonight here, but that's still nice and chilly. A good weather to be sleeping in. Now, I did have to briefly put the heating on yesterday. The first time when I wasn't drying clothes, so I mean, you're fairly good at not having heating on, especially given how expensive things are at the moment. The longer I can do without heating, the better. I'm going to try much better to just wear some warmer clothes and stuff like that. Though thankfully my house does heat up quite well just when the sun's shining, so if we get a bit of sun it does manage to trap the heat in. Plus it always helps that my computer puts out some heat, so I don't need the heating on as much in my office because I'm streaming and compiling and doing all this other work. If you have to get cold really quick so your bedroom is warm whenever you come through. I'm very much a cool bedroom advocate. For me, my bedroom is usually around 18 to 19 degrees when I go to sleep, sometimes cooler. I'm definitely not one that can sleep well in warmth. I want to be warm, but I want the bedroom to be cool. Like the ideal scenario is a perpetually cool pillow with a warm quilt over. Cool the head down and warm up the rest of the body. Right, so now we're down here. I'm going to draw the line. We've got our path. What if did path dot that line dash. How do you do this again? That line, no. Find set line dash, because I have done this. Yeah. Okay. That line dash. 10.0, 10.0, count to phase 10.0. Yeah, we really could. For layout engine link, what terminology do we want to do here? Is concrete? Is concrete cool? Oh no, we'll stick it on the end. Arrow with color. Border color is And if not is concrete, and we'll do that. Do we actually want that on the border color? Probably not. And then in the page arrow view, is concrete is going to be source page dot content dot links contains arrow dot. Oh god, nope, that's going to be right. Is concrete. True, actually, that needs to be true by default. So concrete, and then what we want to do, if let page link equals self.arrow.page link, else is concrete false. I could just default that to false and just do the happy path here. We've got a page link, and what we're going to do is have our brain just die. Right, page link self arrow.page link. So we have that, and let source page equals self.source page. So we need both of those be set. Source page.content.links contains page link. Thanks. Oh. Wait, what the hell was that error? Instance method contains requires that page link conform to compiler errors. This is the worst bit about programming, is compiler errors are sometimes just, they're rage inducing sometimes. So the actual error here is that the links does not contain page link. It contains an enum of page content links. And what I need to be doing is doing dot page with the page link. But it doesn't tell you that. The error is the instance method contains requires that page link conform to collection. No, it does not. It does not require that. I'm passing in the wrong type. Contains does not require that page link conforms to collection. It requires that it is a page content link. I know Swift has been getting better with these, and I know correct compiler errors are tough, but it's so frustrating having to deal with compilers. And it's not just Swift, it's many, many languages that deal with all this nonsense. But it really, really annoys me because it just wastes so much time. So much productivity in terms of programming is lost because of errors. Right. Now these errors actually make sense. Is inaccessible due to internal protection level. Why is that? Because it's not jumping to it. Full range. Because I've moved these into a library, so I therefore need to make these public. But the thing is, so many compile errors are just plain bad. Alright, so I do need to import Coppice core. Already importing Coppice core, so why? Okay. And the page containers don't. Those. Okay, so that is all because of this. Public private set var length equals empty. So this should hopefully compile now. Mostly. There'll be some bits that it doesn't. Oh, that should be true. Yeah. So what does everyone in chat have planned for today? Do you have anything that's gone on this morning? Anything planned for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week? I mean, it's mostly getting this done, and then during the week there's just going to be a lot of work. Essentially. Work, and more work. Which is necessary because I have taxes to pay. Which, ironically, I could not pay. Because the government says, pay me this tax. And I go, okay, how do you want me to pay you this tax? Pay us via bank transfer. Okay, I'll pay you via bank transfer. What does the bank say? This value is too big for you to transfer in a single day. Well, that's great. It's not like I'm just paying this to some random people. I literally went into your thing and I didn't just enter some random details in. I searched for HMRC in your pop-up of people to pay. Surely there should be a bit of flexibility that if you are paying HMRC and you have got the details and the details match what is on our system for HMRC, we will let you go a little bit over your standard daily rate. Because you know what? You're generally not going to go over that daily rate in the regular course of business, but when you're paying a tax bill, that's generally one of the bigger bills that you pay as a business. But no, I've had to request that my limit be raised so that I can pay my taxes. So hopefully that will go through at some point today and then I can get them paid. And it's a good job I tried to pay the taxes first as well, because I also had to pay myself. So I ended up, I could have paid myself and then gone over the had an even bigger issue of getting the limit sorted out. So I've set it up now, so I should in theory be able to pay my tax and my self on the same day. So I just need the bank to actually let me use my own money. I say my own money, it's soon to be the government's money. Okay. We got meal prep to do this week and then some writing for commission preparation. Might pop into the Animator voice chat later as well. Ooh. I'll try to get in the Animator voice chat as well at some point this evening. Okay. Oh, I bet I know. Cause... I guess not. But yeah, I'm just going to be doing some work on various bits and pieces, like getting through Coppice and then doing some stuff on... Possibly tonight I may do some stuff on the overlay off stream, but I'm also going to be doing some model making stuff, so it may not be for too long off stream, but we will see. But yeah, as I say, rest of the week is just work. I don't think I've got anything interesting on. No, just contract work. Right, so why? Right, so self.arrow.pagelink, set to that. Self.source page is set to that. Self.source page. Actually, I can do source page.content. Is, oh, yeah? Yeah, what? Excuse me? Okay, let's try that one, because I have no idea why that was saying it was linking to an image page when it evidently wasn't. Yeah, it's linking to an image page. Or is it redrawing them all? Okay. Are we not generating our links correctly? If we go to our text page content, find a link. Value isn't. How does that happen? How is that? Okay, so we have that. Oh. Head empties in chat. Okay. But okay. Okay, what I'm going to have to do for this. So that is a valid link. So that should be showing up as a solid link. Why is it not? So we should have all the page links in there. So the question is, page link. Oh, that's a different page, and it won't actually line up. So here, source page.content.links. Okay. Contains not page link. False. Oh. What if I do? Contains where? Yeah, no, can't really do that. Is it because hashable and equatable are not the same on a page link? Yeah, because it doesn't have a source. You know what? Let's do this a different way because it's going to make this next bit easier. So we're going to go to our page content, and we're actually going to get rid of this enum. Do not care about it. It's going to be a set of page link, and we're going to call it page links. Yeah. page link, page links. We're going to get rid of all of that, and what we're going to do is head over here, back to the arrow view, contains where $0 dot $0 dot destination is equal to page link dot destination. Because we don't care about the source, because the source should always be source page. Any page links on here are not going to have a source, because when they're clicked, we dynamically add the source in. Whereas the page links on the actual arrows do have the source on them. Still not working, but now it is. And the reason for that is that we need to find links when the page is created, or when it's first set. So if we go here, do we have in it? I've got to find all links. Actually, we only care about doing that when the text is set. So we will do that there. Okay, so we can't do that until after it's done, so okay, fair enough. Oh, wait, what? A call to super. Super.init. And we will build and run, and this should hopefully work straight away, but there is one more thing that we need to fix. Sorry, I don't know why. I wasn't. I've had that a few times where I just get muted for some strange reason. I must brush the top of the microphone or something. Right, content page, canvas page, use that map, canvases. I have no idea when I muted myself. It'll be a lot easier to see when I finally get the mouth working again. I mean, I was focused, I was mostly mumbling to myself about this, but we've got the page content, the change notification here, and now we can just, rather than needing some method to do this, we can just say, does go from the content to the page, to the canvas pages, to an array of canvases, and check that that contains a self. And if it does, we want to redraw. Let's see if this works. Does not. Why doesn't it? Top page. Canvas pages. Top map. Canvas. What contains self.view model canvas. True. I mean, we should be. If I set these display, that should be causing everything to redraw. Or is the redraw happening before? Right. This dispatch queue.main.async with this. See if this works. It does not. What if we do self-forceful layout? Okay, so that works. So I can delete that, but then I can link that to first page and it comes back. Okay. I think what we'll do is we won't add the ability to create links outside. We'll just leave it where it's sort of a broken link almost. We can add that in another version because I'm a little worried about scope creep. I want to get this version out and maybe see how people use it, and then we can potentially add that in the next version. So we have that implemented. So yeah, the next thing to do is we want to figure out what exactly we're limiting to Coppice Pro. And once we know what we're limiting to Coppice Pro, we can then get into various bits of testing and setup stuff. So we need to work on accessibility, making sure everything still works, making sure we're testing correctly. So we will get onto that in a bit. But for now, I'm just going to take a short break to get a fresh cup of tea. I will be running an ad during the break just to get rid of those pre-rolls. So feel free to go and nip outside for some fresh air or get yourself a fresh drink or just stretch your legs or anything while those are running. And I will be back in about 5 minutes or so. See you then. Okay, I am back. So I had a thought of when I do get Coppice released, I'm kind of tempted just to spend a week after release just decompressing a bit from Coppice. And effectively, all the streams will just be overlay streams. Just to have a week where everything I'm going through is just focusing on overlay stuff, because I find that a lot of fun, and I think I just need a little break from Coppice once I get this version out. So, what we need to do now, though, first, is one of the key parts of Coppice, which is locking stuff behind a paywall. Because if I want to get paid, I need to give people a reason to pay me. So, if I disable Pro, let's re-enable Pro a second. Right, so what features do we want to make only available to non-pro users? I mean, linking to existing pages, that is going to be a pro feature. I think if we add a page here, I think this linking should also be pro only. However, I think the dotted line stuff should be available in the free version. So that would actually be very easy to do, because then we just make link to page here dependent upon having pro. Yeah, it does sound like fun, since it's just something that I want to spend some time really getting stuff ahead with the overlay, because there's lots of stuff that I want to get done with it, but I feel like I'm still working on the fundamentals, and it would be nice to get those fundamentals sorted. Right, where is pro? Canvas page, that's what we want. New folder is folder. Right, if I go to validate, okay, so what we want is let pro enabled is going to be equal to Coppice subscription manager dot shared activation response is active. else. And then I'm going to do menu item image equals pro enabled or nil. Oh, we need to get this submanager, don't we? Now we can just do Coppice subscription manager dot shared dot pro image pro tooltip. Oh, that's something that we haven't done. Well, let's just go to the image editor view controller. All that stuff that we'd just worked on, we never actually got the linking stuff working on image pages. So we'll just add this in, test that it works, and then we'll get that working. Right, so if I set stuff there, that is enabled, but if I go and disable Pro, this feature requires a Coppice Pro subscription. Hoovering's finally done. That's always a good thing. I was doing some hoovering earlier. In fact, my plan that I talked about yesterday about getting some stuff done off the stream earlier didn't actually work out, because the thing I ended up getting done off the stream was tidying up and doing all my accounts and stuff and money management and paperwork and all the fun stuff. Because I've tried to be very good where I set myself the last Monday of every month I do my accounts, because it is so much quicker and easier doing it all once a month than it is at the end of the year needing the accountant to come. Because when I get the notification from the accountant saying I need your stuff to do the accounts, I only have to make sure that I have a month to do, and usually it's already done by that point, so I just need to double check it all. So it just makes it so much easier setting yourself a reminder and doing it every month. I think occasionally I may forget, well, not forget one month, but not be able to do it one month, so I then have 2 months of stuff to do. But it just means that I can do stuff like pay myself and get all my accounts and paperwork sorted every month, and it's all good. So right, so the pro stuff is working. Next thing is images. So we want an image page here. You'll see we now have, let's see it, because we're not actually creating the links. So if we quit, we want to go to our image page content. Right, so it's a class. Okay, so what we want to do is we want a very similar thing, which is going to be private find all links. And what this is going to do is this is going to be fired whenever we initialize is where? Here. Super.init. Find all links. Super.init. Find all links. Been bothering you for 2 weeks. I try the hoovering. I try to get done every week. I don't always succeed, but I just try. The hoovering and putting clothes on for a wash. Other stuff may not always get done every week. What else do we want to do? So we want to do this here. So now we should be good. So what we want to do here is var new links equals set page link for hotspot in self.hotspots. If let link equals hotspot.link and let page link equals page link that, then new links insert and self.page links equals new links. And once we get that done, we can then private function. Do everything weekly, but it's split up across the week, not all in one day. Yeah, I tried to do that, so it's split up generally between Saturday. Well, it was Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm trying to do it more Saturday and Sunday because I'm not really doing as much on the Saturday. But it's just easing into that new pattern. Okay, so that now works. Where if I now go in here and select that and get rid of that. Okay, I need to find a notification. If self.page links is not equal to new links, notification center default post content link change with self. But yeah, splitting stuff up over multiple days and doing it bit by bit definitely helps a lot. Like the washing I always do on a Friday because every other week I'm, well, working. So it's something that you can do while you work. Vacuuming is one of those things of, I can do a quick pass fairly easily, but when you want to like properly vac, like all the skirting and all stuff like that around the edges of the room and all the furniture and stuff, that takes a while to do. I've learned to always use like play music or podcast time when you do that. There we go. That now works. Okay. Let's just double check that. Okay, that's off screen. I always be extra careful that I'm not showing something that I shouldn't do. Coppice 418. Linking pro and well, no. It's play. They're not really broken links, but I'll refer them to that. Refer to them as that for now. Display broken links. Limit. pages row. Okay, so is at this point that we probably want to take stock of what we have left to do. So this is done. Page opening algorithm. I believe we decided not to do that because it's not really as relevant. I just realized I need to do this off screen because there may be data in here that I don't want to share on stream because it is user data. The page editor one, I was going to move out of this version into the backlog. Allow selection and deletion of links is done. Delete page hierarchies once they have been opened. Okay. Not sure about that. Right, so all the things that we need to do. Let's get some tickets created. Migrate page hierarchies to new page links. Add step to migrate page hierarchies to the new page link. Data type. So that's essential. We also want an update. Manual or update help book, tour, and what's new. Update various help resources to reflect new features, including just do update help resources because there are going to be quite a few. So help book, what's new, the sample document, a tour possibly. Yeah, I think that should be okay. New feature. This is one I may have to do off stream, or at least partially. Look into implementing. In fact, what I can do is, once I have that working, I can release a point release. Because the key thing, what I want to do is, at the moment, if you want to activate, I need you to create an account before you actually do a purchase so that I can tie it to an account. What I want to change it to is that you don't need to create an account. Like, there will be an account created, you don't need to create a login for it. Instead, you can have your email and I will send out something that you can click and it will open and basically create an activation for you. You can like request an activation. I don't know whether I'd do it as a code or whatever. But the thing is, because the next version is dropping macOS 10.15, any users on 10.15, if I do add this to the next version, will not be able to actually get hold of this. Like I will have to have stuff where it's like, well, if you are on 10.15, you're out to look, you got to create a thing and all stuff like this. So what I'm probably going to do, what initially I was going to do is on this version, like get the app side of things in. But the thing is, I don't know how I want the app side of things to work until I have the web side of things working. So what I can do is just release a bug fix release for 2022.2 that adds this functionality in, so that if you're on 10.15, then you get that functionality. You just don't get the new features from the new version. Well, really, you should probably be updating from 10.15 at this point. I mean, we're nearly macOS 13 out, so right. What else do I need to do? Oh. Apply new icon. I'm not going to show this off just yet because it's something that I only want to show off when I can allow the designer to also show it off. But the icon got updated for Coppice, so that it actually properly fits in on modern versions of macOS. It's only taken 2 years to do that. That components are wrong on. It doesn't want to be that. It wants to be that. That. I like buying things from Gumroad. I'm not entirely sure how buying things from Gumroad works because I've never actually used it. Right, so we need to plan the new icon, update the help resources. We need migrating pages. We got those bugs. Then we're going to have to do some over bug fixing. That was the over vitally important thing. Improvement. Ensure all new features are fully accessible. Ensure that all linking features are fully accessible with voiceover. So I can tell you right now how they are, how a lot of them currently work. They are not, so we'll probably have to do a full accessibility audit, which we'll probably do next weekend. But for now, I am tired. I try to get more stuff done on Coppice, but I'm just at a point where I just want to not work on Coppice for a bit. It's one of those things of I want to get stuff done, but I don't currently have the motivation to do a huge amount. So what I'm going to do is work on the overlay for a bit. Rising from Gumroad and don't have an account, it creates a pocket dimension that's tied to the email when making purchases. When you nearly lost a Blender plugin when you lost login details to the associated email. Right. Yeah, it would be something like that, because the thing is with the App Store, when I do that, then you won't even need an account at all, because it's tied to your Apple account and you can get the details there. However, if you enter your email, you don't need to do password, but if you enter your email to create, like to link it to yourself online, then you will be able to like use it with the non-App Store versions. You're not basically tied to the App Store for it then. Because this is one of the important things. I want it so that, for example, anyone who has bought Coppice Pro and like has subscribed to Coppice Pro, when I do, for example, an iPad version, they can just log in. They don't have to buy it again. Or if you buy it on the App Store and you want to use the Mac version, then you can do. And I don't have to, like, you can use it across different platforms without needing it to go through all the hassle of buying it again. Because it's like, you've already bought the app. I just want to let you use it. Right, anyway, let's, because my brain is not with it today, let's go and do some arty stuff, because the arty stuff is a lot more conducive to a brain that doesn't work. Art's the thing that you can do when your brain's empty. Even though said art is involved in a lot of programming, it's not as complex programming. So let me show you all what I have been up to. Actually, let me just fix something, because I was hacking on something before the stream. That. Here we go. Okay, so I don't. Oh yes, because I need to. Right, let me just lock. Right. So I can move. So I've got all this working a lot smoother now. And I've got the eyes. And if you notice, can you see how the glasses move? So if you watch this one, and I can actually do it while it's animating. But if you notice how they're inset a bit, so when this one moves to the left and this one moves to the left, notice how the glasses start to move. Because they're off center. Now I could have it where it just like locks one and allows the other one to go, but I'm just seeing how this works. Now we need to get this working with up and down because they may not always be centered in the middle. But what I want to get working first is blinking, which is why you could see things look slightly odd there. So, let me zoom in then. It would be a lot easier if I zoom in. So if I go like that, you should be able to see that the eyes sort of move to the side. Now, I'm not sure how much I like that. When it's up and down, it will make more sense because the up-down offset is going to be the same for both, whereas it's sort of inverted and it goes in. Now, I'm not sure exactly whether I'll keep this for left to right, but the problem is that I don't know what it's like until I've got it in for all the different expressions and I've got the mouth in, and so I need to get everything in to know whether or not I like it or not. But we're definitely going to want it for vertical at some point. But yes, I want to do blinking. Now, for blinking, we currently have an eye manager here. And what we want to do is transfer this into the glasses. If we extend this out, we're going to create a new vertical document group, the eye manager. Mark blinking. So what we want, private eye state, eyes open. So I'm going to take that, get rid of that. Alright, so I'm going to rename this to blink state. Alright, so on update, you want this dot blink timer plus equals time dot delta time. So you can update the eye position, but we also want if this dot update blink state. This dot update this dot update blink. I could just do this update. Yeah, why don't I just do this to update blink? Because then what we can do no, I think we will do it that way because it's, I now know why we did it that way, because it just makes it separate a lot easier. So we check whether that has, because the update link is going to work somewhat different. It's going to be switch this dot iState. Open, closed. Case dot closing. So sprite index equals 0. So for open, index equals 0, sprite index equals 2, sprite index equals 1. And then what we want to do is for the expression, we actually want a sprite, not a texture. I think actually we want an array of sprites. So for now we'll ignore that. What we're going to do here is this dot sprites equals resources dot load all sprite is plain. And then what we want to do is this dot expression dot sprite, and now dot left eye dot sprites, left right equal that, all right. Three. All right. Right. Start length. Not equal. 3. Turn. Debug.log. Valid. Right. Otherwise, what we want to do, this dot left eye dot get component sprite renderer. Sprite equals left sprites sprite index. So hopefully this should lead to blinking happening. let's save all that. Go back to Unity. And we just watch and wait. Then invalid sprites. Okay. So why is that? Why was this working up here? Resources. Oh, that's why. Because I need what was it? Face off. Yeah, face. Slash eyes plane. Let's try now. Okay, other thing we need to do. Put scene and select left eye, invert the Y. Save, play. There we go, we have blinking working again. And it works no matter where we're looking. Okay. This is starting to come together quite well. So, what to do next? I mean, one thing we could do is when a position is locked and it can't move around, we should just do the eyes. So, hello Snowtwig, how are you doing today? Where are we? Oh, Visual Studio. So if we go face expression, mouth manager, theme, what am I looking for? Movement controller. Is movement locked? Oh, this probably wants to be in controls actually. If current move eyes. Oh, this dot move eyes or this dot movement controller dot is. Oh, we need that to be at least semi-public. It could be a public ball. Get private set. Oh. Here's movement locked. Doing okay. The weather seems to be getting colder every day, but I guess that's all. Yep, it's definitely getting colder here, but still not too bad. I am starting to wear, I've got some fairly thick socks that I've started wearing that are quite nice, but I'm not at the point where I need to put my thermal gloves on. I've got these like fingerless thermal gloves that I usually put on when it gets cold, because I generally have terrible circulation in my hands and feet when it gets cold, so that helps me keep my hands warm when typing. The rest of me can be completely fine. It can be very toasty, but I will get cold hands and cold feet. So, yeah, I am doing good. Done some work on Coppice. Got pretty much feature complete at this point. So it's just going to be a lot of the tedious, get everything ready for release, testing. The last real feature is making some of the new features accessible, but okay, so if I move around, but for now we're going to be working on the overlay. So if I go here and I lock, there we go, I don't even need to press the thing. Do that, and while I am locked, the movement may be locked, but I can still turn to camera, which works out okay. So this means that when I'm locked, I don't need to actually hold my camera down, which, I mean, I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty good. It'll take a while to get used to the controls. You've got so much stuff to do. So, let's see, what controls have we got done? In fact, we can actually look at them here. Moving works, look around works, toggle camera works. Grab, we have nothing grabbable yet. Animations, we don't have those quite set up yet. Expressions, up, down, left, right. So we should start working on the expressions, probably. Tilt camera, I'd like to get tilt camera working in the other room at some point, because the tilt camera, if I head over here, it sort of looks down, and I can control how far down it looks, but the thing is, it's sort of retargeting it, and what I probably want to do is have a separate camera that will sort of tilt down when I'm pressing and then tilt back up when I'm not, or at least, in fact, what I could do is have two cameras, one here, one at the bottom. I wonder if you can do blends between cameras in Cinemachine. Because then I could always have one camera that tracks me and one camera that sort of tracks lower in here. And in the other room, I could have one that actually looks down. And then I could just use this to blend between... I just want to investigate that. Cinemachine. Live blend. Unity, Cinemachine. Live blend. Blending between virtual cameras. Use blending properties to specify how Cinema Machine Brain component performs a blend between virtual cameras. Cinema Machine blend is not a fade, wipe, or dissolve. Rather, the brain performs smooth animation to the blends between specific virtual cameras. Use custom blends. I'll use the default from a 2 on name base, not references. Use any camera blend. Normal to any virtual camera. Mixing camera. Each has virtual cameras in the mixing camera component. These virtual cameras are fixed slots. These support weight animation timeline. The position of the properties of the Unity camera. Priority. The importance of this mixing camera for choosing the next shot. A higher value indicates a higher priority. Perhaps they should have to wait to the virtual camera. Okay. I think Barry and Fenry have their cameras set up like that. I know Barry uses cuts a lot, and because the way I have it set up, if I press play and then I go to scene, so you can see I have the camera here, and if I look down, you can see that it's tilting it, and then I can move over here, and as I press triangle it jumps to that virtual camera. As I go into there, it jumps to that virtual camera, and I go to there, jumps to that virtual camera. But yeah, I wonder if we can do the mix. Let's actually have a go at that before I do expressions. Cool eye movement brings so much life to character. Yeah, thank you very much, Snotwig. It does make a big difference, and I can still look around, but it just gives me additional stuff to do, so I can sort of look down and then look from side to side. I'm doing idle animations while I'm shouldn't be doing. But I can look around and look up, and I am super pleased with how the new robot is turning out, because it's got a lot more texture, a lot more character. It's going to have a lot more expressiveness to it. So yeah, it's I'm pleased with putting the work into this, because the current one's okay, but this, like the current one, is just a relatively static face with some decent movements, and all it does most of the time is bounce and blink. Whereas now I'm going to have all sorts of different things that I'll be able to do with it. So what I'm going to do at this point is actually commit, because I have not committed in a long time. As you can see here, there is a lot of stuff that has changed. So what was the last thing I did? Add additional animations. Integrate, well, refactor code to support new expressions, theme, control, animation setup. Okay, so let's play with some cameras. I really need to organize this at some point, but oh well. So we've got the bridge camera. So what I want is to add a mixing camera. Got virtual camera 1, virtual camera 2. So let's move that. In fact, if I get the bridge camera. Right, so if I move the bridge camera into there. And I'm going to delete the virtual camera 1. Alright, so that is body do nothing. Look at upper neck. This wants to be look at body. This wants to be at 0, 0, 0. So they want to be in the same place. Okay. So what I can potentially do is bring the dead zone up a bit. That. bias that. Yes, it is. So I want the bias to go up there. That must be looking like that. That's looking there. And I want that to be 1. And that is looking down there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is rename that to bridge face. Bridge body. And this is bridge camera. And we have our camera colliders. So on the bridge, we don't want bridge face, we want bridge camera. And what I'm going to do here is set this to 1. Go here and just make sure that this all still works correctly. So I can go around here. Go over to here just fine. Okay, so this is all tracking okay. Now, what we want on this is we probably want our X, wherever our widths be the same. This wants to be 0.6. So that way we're only moving vertically. Soft zone width is 0.8. Correct. The X bias is 0. Okay, so if we play this, then if I go to the bridge camera and I can move over here, it's only tilting it down. Okay. So what we now want to do is go to our camera director. Right. Mixing camera. Okay. Machine dot and the machine mixing camera. Oh, do I need to get oh, I should be able to get the mixing camera, I think. And then the machine dot wait. We're updating tilt. I believe is coming from the thing. We don't actually care about is tilting, do we? Don't think so. Get rid of that. Don't actually care about the upper or lower tilt anymore. Because all we care about is for the value. It should be a value between 0 and 1. We can get rid of all of this. If Cinemachine equals null, return, because that should be null. If we don't support tilting, and then the weight should be equal to 1 minus value, and cinemachine.m weight 1 should be equal to value. So if we go here, let's see if this works. That can come up. Right, so I need to stop it vibrating. What I probably want is private bar and private float current built. If after abs value man's current tilt is less than 0.001 turn. Otherwise we do that and then this dot current tilt value. That needs to be, yeah, if it's less than that, then that should hopefully stop some of the shaking. Or is it because I go here? What happened? Okay, so it's not because of that. Probably want a little bit in there. Let's take a 0 out of this. Yeah, that's good enough. I can go here. Hello. Look, if you bring the camera down here, you can if I come up to the camera, and you come and you look down and look there. I am having to balance my right trigger, my left thumbstick, and the left thumbstick to look around. So this is a lot. But I'd say that's a good step forward. So let's add a similar one in the conference room. So conference cam. Screen focus cam. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to commit what we have now. So let's just turn this off a sec. Update. What am I wanting to update? Add improved built-in to bridge camera. Right, what I want to do is tidy all this up. So I have all my scripts down here. Debug controller could dump into there too. I have no idea what G is. What is G? G is a light. Create empty. It is going to be bridge. And in there we have the actual bridge model. In fact, no, we could have rename as ship. So you're gonna have the bridge model, and in there, I don't know, we might as well have a create empty parent bridge. The whole screen wants to be in there. The bridge controls want to be in there. Then we can have the conference room. We can have the doors, which will be all of our doors here. Then we can have a new parent for cameras. We're going to have the conference camera in there, the focus camera in there, the screen focus, bridge alternate, hello table, bridge camera. Engineering needs to go into the ship. Captain's quarters needs to go into the ship. Plane can go. The ship colliders can go into the ship. Throw object, global volume. That can go as well. Okay, that's looking a lot tidier. So for our cameras, what you want to do, we'll save all our tidying up. Just make sure that everything works still. Oh yeah. What we need to do here is fix that because we didn't actually do it. Oh no, the dead zone width is. Oh no, that's on. Yeah, that's on the body. We want a little bit on the height. Yes, we should be good now. Okay, so bring our conference cam up. Now we don't need to do this for the screen focus cam, but for the actual conference cam we do. We're going to create a machine mixing camera. That doesn't want to be in there, that wants to be out there. I'm going to move that into there. I'm going to call this conference cam. We can delete that. We can do. Now let's get that. Delete. And this is going to be conference cam face. Conference cam. Well, we'll do it. Conference cam. Normal. Conference cam tilted. Okay. Back camera colliders. This here we want to change that to conference cam. Then what we can do is go over here. Okay, so that works. Then these are both the same. So what I want to do is come up to here, and this is where we want to set up tilted. So we're going to take that down to 0 and that to 1. And then what we want to do is not that. Not that. rotate down. To there. Okay, so that wants to be about, let's say, 18. So then if we click on that, go into the conference room, go over here. I can look up at the camera, or I can bring the camera down and I can get to you like so. Which I think makes a big difference. So that was relatively easy. We will make sure that those are set up exactly there. See, Cinemachine is such a wonderful thing. You can do so much stuff so easily with it. It is one of the most mind-blowing bits of, oh, you just set up all these points and it will do all the in-between for you. And, oh, you can have it weighted blend between different camera positions. You just set up the extremes and then you set up the weights, and it's pretty magical. Set up conference tilt cam. Okay. So what I think I might do, because I am still super tired, is I may actually end the stream early, and I may like go off, just do something else for a bit, and then come back. And for those of you who are on the Animator Discord, I might hop on the voice chat and do some more work on the overlay on the on voice chat. In the meantime, I have noticed that someone is online who is not usually online and who we can raid. Currently set to be right back, but we can start wrapping up. So let's give this a start. And make it nice and big. So this has been quite a fun and productive stream. We have got an awful lot done. I'm down here. We've got an awful lot done. We have managed to get Coppice working. This may be a bit easier. There we are. We have managed to get Coppice working. We have managed to do all the drag linking, get it pretty much feature complete. This is way... I'm going to have to work on the controls for this. Maybe the tilting. Maybe for the tilting I need to do it where there's just... it's on and off rather than being able to tilt it gradually. At least where the on is not necessarily pointing at my body but pointing more at the face. The whole idea is that the cameras are meant to be set at the wrong position for a small robot. So the robot has to pull them down. But yeah, we managed to get all the linking and stuff working in Coppice. It's pretty much feature complete. But we have many other things to do, all the accessibility and all the ancillary stuff, which should be good. And then we've managed to get so much of this working, which has been pretty fantastic. So yeah, I think what we will do now is we will set up a raid. And we are going to raid a rather wonderful person called Megan, who is another developer who works on generally iOS stuff, though it seems they're working on React stuff at the moment. But we'll go and say hello to Megan. But yes, I hope you have all had a wonderful time here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday, a wonderful rest of your week. I will be back 6 p.m. UK time on Wednesday to do some more stuff. But as always, happy coding.